Once you have installed the plugin, one more thing you have to do before you start working with this plugin, go to Utilities panel and you can see PullDownIt is here. But in your case, you won't get this until you bring this option here. So for that, click here at Configure Button Sets option, and here under the Utilities option, you will see PullDownIt. This is here because you have just installed the plugin, and here you have several utilities, the same you will see here. Right now there are total 10 buttons here. Since I have brought PullDownIt here already, but in your case, if you don't see here any empty slot, just increase one more button and it will create an empty slot here. After that, pick and drag the PullDownIt to this empty button. Once you click on OK, you will see PullDownIt here. I won't do it anymore because I have this already. So I cancel the operation. In this way, you can bring the PullDownIt tool here. Once you click on it, it gives you the toolbar which you can put here. So this is PullDownIt. There are lots of panels and properties of this plugin. We will see the functions of all the options one by one. Now let's talk about how to break an object in 3ds Max with the help of PullDownIt plugin. So for that, let me make a small scene first. So I take a box and create the ground here. I take another box and put it here. This is the box which has to be broken down into pieces. So select this box and click on PullDownIt, and then open its Shatter It panel. You get several options here, different styles of breaking the object like uniform, pivot based, radial and path based. This is number of shards. Shards means chunks or fragments. The default number of shards is 64. If you want to break the object into 64 pieces, then keep this default value and then click on Shatter It, and within a second or two you will see that the box is cut into several pieces uniformly. Right now you can't select the individual piece because this is all grouped. Select this and it shows its name here, box to group. You can easily ungroup them and then can select each part individually. But for rest of the work, keep it grouped. Okay. So the box is now divided into 64 pieces. Now let's see how to break it and shatter the chunks on the ground. This is the base ground. I rename it as ground and put this ground just beneath this box. Fine. Now I want to show that this box gets hit by a ball and then breaks into pieces. So for that I will create a ball. So I take a sphere and create a small ball in the scene. Fine. The first thing I will do is to animate this ball like this is passing through the box. So I turn the auto key button on and go to 10th frame and then bring this ball here. That's fine. Now select the box, go to PullDownIt, and this time open the Fractures Basic panel. Select the grouped box and the ground together and click on Create. You will see all the chunks and the ground in the fracture bodies list. Click on OK and this comes as a fracture body in the list. Now this time select this ball and open Create PDI Bodies panel and check the auto option. After that, you can check clusterize option. By default this is 40. If you want to see how does it affect, then click on stresses view option. Actually it does show the vulnerable points or parts of the body. If you decrease the percentage, you will find that much less vulnerable points. Once you are satisfied, turn this option off. Go to simulation and click on start. Now the first thing you will notice that the ground is falling down. So to prevent the ground from falling down, select the ground first and go to the fracture bodies option, and first delete the used fracture body system from the list. Now with the ground selected, go to create PDI panel and make it passive or cached. Now this ground will act as a passive object and this will be unaffected by the gravity. Now select both the objects together and create the fracture body once again. Again come to the simulation panel and click on start, and you will see that the ball is breaking the box into pieces. Reset the simulation. Now let's see what happens when I turn the clusterized value 0 or maybe 20. You will see this part is more vulnerable than others. Start the simulation. You will see that the ball is breaking the object, but some parts are still conjugated together. Reset the scene. Now increase the clusterized value till 100, which means that the object will be broken down into pieces more efficiently and more vulnerably. You can clearly see the difference. Now one more thing, if you want to break it in more chunks, you can do it in more smaller chunks. You can break each single chunk into more small chunks. Right now this box is grouped. So first of all, ungroup it, and then you can select any chunk individually and then click on shatter it option. Oops, you get a warning. It says some selected objects belong to a fracture body, so you have to delete the fracture body first. So click on delete or delete all. Now select any chunk and then shatter it individually. Now this selected chunk will be broken down into more chunks further. So just like this, I will shatter some chunks randomly. Once this is done, select all the chunks together, deselect the ground and group them all as group 1. Once you have made the group, now select this grouped box and the ground together and then create a new fracture body. That's fine. Now this time increase the clusterized percentage till 100, and now start the simulation, and now this box will be shattered into more and more chunks and fragments with the smaller ones we have just created. You can see how beautifully this is being simulated. Reset the scene, select the group box, and I apply a common color to this grouped object. You can even apply the texture onto it. And now if you are satisfied with the simulation, then turn on this bake keys option and increase the frames length in the timeline till 150 frames. Now start the simulation. Now this action will bake the animation, and hence you get the final simulated scene of the object breaking. And this is so fine that you won't find any intersection between the chunks. If you stop it here, take a snapshot, you will see how beautifully the result has come out. This is really cool feature of PullDownIt. See how awesome this looks. So I hope you have liked this video. There are some other videos and examples also, so let's have a look at them too.